What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Barbaric Yawp. I am your host, Adam, and today I want to talk to you about courage. Before we get started today, I want to talk about kind of the channel and what's been happening. I've been gone for a few weeks. We went up to Idaho for a little trip and to look at some land up there, start the process of finding where we want to put our homestead. And it was a beautiful trip, beautiful country. I really enjoyed Idaho, and I want to thank all the people that helped me out with tips and insider information and gave me some insight into where the best stuff in Idaho is. The community really that we found up there is fantastic, and we're really excited about some of what's going to be coming in the future. It's a little ways off for us. We've got some planning and some work that we have to do first, but we are very excited to see what God has for us in the future. So to that end, this channel is going to be undergoing some changes. You guys are going to see a lot more content coming out. You're going to see that we are starting some things up like Patreon and a website and some other things like that, an online store eventually. We're building those things. We have the Patreon set up, but we're working on the tiers, and we have the website set up, but we feel like we need to flesh out a little bit of details there. So that stuff is coming down the road, and we're excited to show it to you guys as soon as it's fully ready. I also want to start being more intentional about the content that we're creating. I want to make it to where what we provide to our viewers is really valuable. I want to start having outlines for what we're talking about, where we're going, so that you can know what to expect from us, so that you can know the general topics and the general flow of the way this is going to go. I don't want to be like most channels and talk current events and politics ad nauseum. You don't need to hear my commentary on it. There's plenty of commentary out there. There's plenty of viewpoints out there expressed. If you want to find a viewpoint that you like, you can find it out on the internet. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is talk about the principles, the first principles that we as a society by and large have lost. I want to talk about things like what's tattooed on my arm, the 4 virtues of man and the 4 virtues of God. So prudence, justice, temperance, courage, or you might say wisdom instead of prudence, or the 3 virtues of God. Sorry, those are the 4 virtues of man, 3 virtues of God: faith, hope, and love. And honestly, in today's world, I feel like those things, those 7 virtues, are in extremely short supply. I don't feel like most people know about them. I don't feel like most people try to practice them or focus on them. In fact, most of them have taken on a very twisted definition, right? We call somebody courageous for playing the victim, for claiming a disenfranchisement. We call somebody seeking justice when what they really are looking for is vengeance, permission to behave badly. We talk about wisdom. Actually, I don't hear people talk about wisdom. In fact, I hear people talk about revolution. I hear people talk about forcing change, not going through the process, not taking the steps to get involved in our legal system or in our government systems where you can make a change in the legal way, but rather people talking about making change by bullying their way with a mob of people to get what they want, to seek justice, but what they mean is vengeance, or carte blanche to do what they like. We talk about, or don't talk about, temperance, patience, waiting to see and discern what the truth is. That's both wisdom and temperance. We don't have faith. We don't have faith anymore that good is good, that right will prevail. We don't have faith anymore that people are going to work hard, that they're going to strive to achieve something. We don't have faith anymore that our elected officials or police officers or even pastors, in fact, anyone in leadership, any hero that might be set up out there, we don't have faith in them anymore because we have been told repeatedly, we have been shown repeatedly that they can fail, sometimes in big ways. What's interesting is that always used to be a theme, right? The hero always had the fatal flaw because no one is perfect save for Jesus Christ. No hero, no figure set up by man is going to be perfect, is going to never fail or never let you down. So making them your focus or your idol or the person that you throw your belief and your identity and all that into isn't going to work for you. In fact, it's going to probably cause you a lot of problems. But you can follow Christ, and you can follow people that display the kind of character and the kind of virtues that you want to have. Sure, they may fail in another area. You may not want that area of their life. You may not want that set of virtues that they have, but they may have other virtues that you aspire to. In this channel, I want to talk about those 7 things: wisdom, justice, temperance, and courage, faith, hope, and love. And we're going to talk about some other principles in there as well. We're going to talk about absolute truth, morality, right and wrong, where we get our morality from. We're going to talk about several of these things, but today I want to talk about courage. Today I want to talk about what it means to be courageous. And some people will say, well, that means you don't have fear, and I don't think that's true. Some people might say that courage means, like I said earlier, playing the victim. Like it takes courage to say something, to speak your truth. And I think that's a distortion of the word. I think to truly have courage, you need to be facing physical danger. You don't have to not be afraid, but you have to choose to do what needs to be done anyway. Courage is a choice to do the right thing, no matter the consequences. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, the definition of courage is mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, and withstand danger, fear, or difficulty. I feel as though that definition leaves a little play in there, and Merriam-Webster's never been known to be a very principled definer of words. But that's the definition. And certainly mental strength has something to do with it. Emotional fortitude has something to do with it. But the truth be told, if there's no physical element of danger, I don't believe that courage is involved. Courage means that when your family needs protecting, even if you're not sure you're going to be able to, you try. Courage means standing up for the weaker person. Facing down a mob of angry people and standing for what you believe is right. That's courage. Going into a situation that you know will end up in destruction or at the very least severe conflict, and wading into those murky waters, that's courage. Today we see a lot of people that think they're acting with courage, when in reality, they're acting with a mob. They're going with a group of individuals that are angry and upset and frustrated by some perceived injustice. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. It's hard to say, but when a mob gets involved, very often the truth is not going to be found there. The mob and truth very seldom are in tandem. Individuals can act with intelligence. Individuals can act with clarity of thought, with wisdom, but the mob very seldom does that. The mob gets into what's called groupthink. And that's like synergy of motion, synergy of energy. It's like a flywheel that starts spinning and just wants to spin faster and faster. And every little bit of energy that's added to it makes it go faster and the whole thing spin more. That's a lot different from having courage or from showing wisdom and discerning what's right. These people want to shout down diners that are trying to enjoy a nice meal. They want to shout down businesses because they perceive that that business or those people might in some way have participated in some injustice that they believe they were a party to. Now, what's frustrating is when those injustices are claimed without any factual evidence or without any backing up what injustice occurred, right? In this country, we have innocent until proven guilty. You have to prove with facts, with evidence, the guilt of the person who you claim wronged you. It's not just a matter of claiming, oh, they did that, and they're immediately arrested and thrown away in jail. That's not justice. And it doesn't take courage to hurl accusations at somebody. In fact, people do that all the time. That's like the most basic form of fighting. 2-year-olds do that when they fight with each other. They call each other names. They hurl insults. When they get a little more sophisticated, they might try and tattle to mommy and daddy that Johnny did something. I've seen my daughters do that, and they're little kids. Hurling accusations towards someone is not the same as providing evidence to prove that an injustice occurred. It doesn't take courage to hurl accusations. It does take courage to present a body of evidence and to open yourself up to say, I'm innocent. Look at me. In this situation, I'm innocent. This person is guilty and here's the evidence. That's an entirely different thing. And that does take courage. It also takes courage when somebody has accused you of something to stand there and say, I'm not guilty. You can look at my life. You can look at all the evidence. I'm not guilty. Your life is in danger of being destroyed by the accusations of a person. We've seen that in today's world over and over again. And you stand there and claim your innocence. Now the mob, or what we call today the court of public opinion, might crucify you regardless of the truth. In fact, they try. Very often in today's world, you might lose your job, you might lose your standing, you might lose any platform or influence or whatever you have until the truth is settled out. And even then, it's only the wise, the temperate, the just people that are going to wait and see and find out the truth. In today's world, courage is in very short supply in most places. But there's a few places where courage, genuine, real, authentic courage, are stronger than ever, and those places are currently under attack. Our police are a fantastic example of courage. Whether they're undercover police officers or officers that are just going to do a routine traffic stop, or officers that are trying to disrupt gang activity, organized crime. Police officers that get called for repeat offenses, violent encounters, rape, theft, anything that a police officer gets called for, going into a potentially dangerous situation, whether the person is armed or not, whether they're going to resist or not, you don't know. But you do know there's a chance you will be in danger. There's a chance you'll be in danger. A pretty high chance, actually. Our police officers are some of the most courageous men and women today. They have heroic virtues. Sure, there may be a few bad cops. And if they are, they need to be caught, they need to be proven guilty, and then they need to be either removed from positions or prosecuted in criminal court, whatever it takes. But by and large, that is not who the police officers are. They are courageous individuals that are trying to serve their community, and they deserve more respect than they're currently getting. And I personally find that extremely frustrating. They are under attack from every front, even in cities where they've been defunded, where they've been called criminals and racists and oppressors and all these things. They still show up to try and protect and defend and do their job. That is courage. The second area where people display courage regularly in today's society that's also under attack is the military. These individuals go through rigorous training and put themselves in danger willingly to defend what our country deems defensible. They stand up for America, whether it's with terrorists, whether it's with enemy forces, in some cases the border, cybersecurity. There's all kinds of arenas in which our military display fantastic courage. Same thing is true with them as is with the police. There are some bad actors. There are some individuals that probably are not doing the right thing, that don't have courage, that don't have the morals and integrity that we wish they would, and that act unjustly towards either people in their command or the enemy. And those people should be held accountable legally through the proper cause, with proof, with evidence. They should be proved guilty of the crimes that they are accused of, and they should be removed from their positions and punished by law as is appropriate for their crime. That is justice. But that's a few of them. The majority of our military are courageous individuals who choose to give up one's life to go serve. That takes courage. To put yourself in a position where you know, ultimately, I may face the enemy. Someone who literally wishes me death, wishes me harm, and I'm going to face them head on. Standing shoulder to shoulder with my fellow soldiers. That is courage. Those two institutions in our society are under attack right now, and it's hugely disappointing to watch. To watch, in many cases, career politicians or career political pundits looking for their 15 minutes of fame, or news media outlets pick apart the heroes that exist in our society, the people that display one of the chief virtues the most regularly, the most routinely. These individuals display those attributes, and yet they are under attack constantly. It's super frustrating. You watch that as a person on the sideline, and you just want to shake your fists at the sky. Why? Why are we attacking those things that are good in this world? It's not new. It's been happening for a long time. It's getting progressively worse. Everything of value, everything that is good and right and honorable and worthy of attention and emulation is under attack and has been for years. Even the position of the President of the United States has been sullied by politicians, by people who don't act presidential. That position, a position worthy of honor and worthy of emulation, one of the most powerful men in the world, is now disrespected regularly by a biased media, biased commentators, on both sides. These positions, elected officials, A, in my opinion, should have term limits. They shouldn't be allowed to be career politicians. But B, if they have achieved an elected position, that means a certain number of people wanted them in that position and voted for them. And they should represent those people. They should do what is right. They should maintain courage. They shouldn't take pot shots at the good things in the world to try and get their 15 minutes of fame, to get more attention or get more political power or get more, awareness, votes, whatever it is they're trying to get. Courage is something that should be developed. It should be sought after. It is a key virtue that all good men should have. It is something that we should not neglect and we shouldn't vilify. Seek after a courageous life. Don't fall into the lies. Don't fall into the belief that all those people that are worthy of honor, that are worthy of emulation, that they are somehow bad because of one or two bad apples. Use your reason. Use your intelligence. Use your wisdom. Think for yourself. Analyze the source of the information. Get a counter source. Find out which one makes sense. Do your own research and think for yourself. But seek after those things that are worth seeking after, and courage is one of those things. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoy it or if you found some value in it. I really appreciate you being here, giving your time and attention, and look for more content coming. We're trying some new stuff, and I think it's going to be exciting. Thanks for watching.